we are cutting it extremely close today. So I'm just like adjusting the gorilla pod. We are cutting it extremely close today. And I say this because sunset is already, hold on, sunset right now, it's 5:10, 17:10. Sunset started at 16:55. So we are already a good 15-20 minutes into sunset. And now if you remember what I said the last time about sunsets, the last time we left late, is that sunsets only last 30 minutes on average, 30-35. But it's all the same essentially, right? You have a limited amount of time when it comes to golden hour. Now, today we left 15 minutes after sunset had started. Meaning, this is a winter sunset, winter, autumn, fall sunset those tend to be shorter. So like a lot closer to the 30 minutes I mentioned earlier. Which also means that we only have about 15 minutes of sunset left. And if you remember from the last time we left late, a time lapse needs about 30 minutes. Alright, 30 minutes plus of real-time footage. As in, the time lapse needs to be going for about 30 minutes or so in order to give you about 20 seconds, 20 to 25 seconds. I can't remember the exact figures. I'll like try and post them when I'm editing. So, now that all that math is out the way, what I'm basically saying is, because we're leaving late, today's time lapse is going to be considerably shorter. Probably the shortest time lapse that we've ever had for this lovely little series of ours. But that's okay, because the spot that we're going to now, I have a really good feeling about. It's kind of like on a vantage point, and like the view that it has is a lot more, I want to say quote unquote, exposed. Thankfully I have this in the stash. But I'm going to put you now today, you're going to be on top of something, so as a bit of a vantage point. Plus I'm also thinking that the pod itself is about, say, 25 centimeters tall, I think, if I extend it the right way. So a whole lot of useless math, a whole lot of useless thinking, just to essentially tell you that I think today's positioning is going to be good, which is probably going to negate the fact that we've started sunset so late. We're only going to get so much of sunset. Whoa. Okay. So I just walked past the house. I walked past this house numerous amounts of times. But I'm guessing today, because I'm holding the camera and it looks really, I guess, inorganic, the dogs going down the street are a lot more frantic today. It's also probably because I'm talking out loud. But this one dog that I walked past, well, this one house that I walked past, the dog actually climbed onto a tree and like peeked out the fence, bro, and like his head sticks out the fence. And if you know anything about dog anatomy or canine anatomy, is that if the head sticks out, the rest of the body's gonna follow eventually. So that was pretty wild. But we are out of the streets and closer to our destination. Your boy looks good. Sun-kissed skin and shit. Oh my god. Look prettier than a day. Okay. Alright, we have arrived. Let me just quickly get to setting you up. And yeah. You know what? I really enjoyed today's sunset. And I mean, you and I both know that I'm biased towards sunsets that, you know, have the whole cloud drama like this one. I mean, you seeing this? Absolutely beautiful, man. But I want to say the real, okay, yeah. I need to make some adjustments because I can't see your boy and shit. Oh my god, this is gonna be really, really bad. But we'll make do. I did stay out here way longer than I actually usually would because I've actually got layers on today, you know, which allow me to brave the cold. You know what? As much as I've never really felt unsafe in my neighborhood, it's always good to be cautious, you know? It's always just a good idea to practice caution. So, while I was taking like the time lapse today, this old lady walked up to me. She was driving like this little, you know, a little red Mazda 2. Her name was Jane, actually. Jane's probably never gonna see this, but like, Jane kind of made my day today. Especially for someone like me, who's like usually categorized as, you know, intimidating, standoffish essentially. I have like a really bad resting bitch face. So, that makes me look way meaner than I actually am. But yeah, Jane just came up and we had like a really long conversation. She told me about her late husband. It's moments like this where I wish I had another camera, you know, like the main camera, you know, this one, and then I have like a smaller camera or something like that that allows me to take like a BTS or, you know, just something cool like that. I'm gonna try and see what this looks like with the flashlight on. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work, but that's okay. I actually kind of like the silhouette. She's telling me about her late husband, about her kids. Found out that the late husband went to my high school as well, and so did the 3 kids, you know, like family tradition type beat. And she's not even South African, like she was born in Kenya, bro, but like she's lived here her entire life. I've been doing the whole time-lapse thing kind of wrong this whole time. Like I've been stopping the time-lapses way too early. And you know, it's funny how things work out sometimes, honestly. But first, I must make some coffee. Not the best coffee making montage, but I got my coffee and that's a good cup of joe. It's a very good cup of joe. But yeah, it's not the point. Like I just wanted to like do something besides just talking to the camera. But you know, had that conversation with Jane not happened, had I not stayed, you know, outside, taking the time lapse and letting the time lapse run for a lot longer than I anticipated, even with what I was saying in the video a bit earlier, I wouldn't have realized that, yeah, staying out longer just makes for a better time lapse. Like there's probably a good 10 or so more of these SunSpots videos that you haven't seen yet. We're only on number 4 now. The longer I've stayed, like since that one and all the other ones that I've done afterwards that you're gonna see still, the longer I've stayed, you know, like out with the time lapses, the more interesting the time lapses have become in a way. And that wouldn't have happened had I not met Jane that day. So again, she's probably never gonna see this. I mean, she's an old lady. I don't even know if she watches YouTube on a regular, but yeah, big shout out. A very, very big shout out, because that day, that conversation literally changed. I wouldn't say like changed, but like it changed, you know, it really just altered the way that I approach these time-lapse videos now, where I'm not looking for reasons to, you know, like stop the time-lapse, get the camera, and then start heading back home. It's like flipped to like the total opposite now, where I'm actually looking for reasons to stay out even longer. I think like in the most recent one that you haven't seen yet and you probably won't see for the next couple weeks is I took 2 time lapses actually. Like I stopped midway and then restarted again. You know, just small things like that that are kind of irrelevant, but well, irrelevant in the grand scheme of things, but because, you know, you're nitpicking, you're very detail orientated, they just have like a certain level of significance, and I think that's really cool. I think that's really cool. I'm trying to find like a way to articulate this into like, you know, and the lesson that we learned here today, but I'm not finding that at all. And my coffee's getting cold, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this it's probably like the weirdest SunSpots video thus far, because this part wasn't actually planned. I actually saw now that the only reason I'm doing this is because in the actual video, I didn't end the video properly. So this is why we're here. This is why we made coffee on camera. And now that's canon. Yeah, I should stop talking. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one.